In my previous video, I mentioned that when the coronavirus came to my town, I decided to have a conversation with it. Here's what it said. If you're feeling afraid, I want you to know that you don't need to fear me. Now, I am the coronavirus, but I'm not some horrible villain, and I'm not out to get you. I know that me being here on this planet has brought a lot of suffering to a lot of people, and I'm really sorry about that. In fact, the main reason I want to talk with you today is to see how we can create less suffering and more joy on this planet. Viruses like me are actually quite useful, and I have a few fans who even think I look beautiful. And I can also be quite deadly. But let's be honest, so can you. Thanks to you, we're going through the 6th greatest extinction in the history of the Earth. Most of the other species on this planet are in a lot of pain because of your actions. Now, frankly, I'm surprised at the outsized impact I've had on your world. Imagine a tiny little thing like me bringing the whole world screeching to a halt. But I couldn't have done it without you. If you feel the need to fear something, then you might as well fear yourself, because you are the one who brought me into existence and made it possible for me to travel all around the planet this past year. If you don't like having horrific, contagious diseases, then don't crowd billions of captive animals into cages and feedlots. Don't invade the few remaining natural places that wild animals call home. These are the very conditions that make it super easy for viruses like me to jump from animals to humans. From my perspective, you're not built all that different from the animals you eat. Now, viruses like me have been around forever. I've got a long memory, and I remember when things weren't so scary and stressful between us. In case you think deadly pandemics are just a fact of life that you have to live with, I want to remind you that the entire human race lived in a pandemic-free world when your ancestors were living in harmony with nature. And until about 500 years ago, the Native American people were living on 2 big, healthy, pandemic-free continents. That changed when the Europeans arrived, bringing their diseases with them and unleashing wave after wave of lethal epidemics in the Americas. By the way, viruses are everywhere. We are the most abundant creatures here on Earth. There are more viruses on this little planet than there are stars in the sky. We inhabit every little lump of soil, and we're constantly streaming around the planet through the atmosphere. Although you cannot see us, a vast variety of viruses and microbes surround you at every moment. Did you know that the microbes inside you actually outnumber your own body cells? We form our own community within you. It's called your microbiome. And we're friendly neighbors. We're actually interested in keeping you healthy. Because if you get sick and die, we die too. So who are you? Are you part of life or separate from it? Are you a godlike being, or are you just another ecosystem for us to inhabit? Go ahead and have an identity crisis over that one. Now, there's something really important that I need to talk with you about. Yeah, it's about our relationship. But I'll save that for next time.